Let's talk about CD Projekt. This is their website, by the way. That's where you can find this. Their ESG approach. Talking about how they're going to do their best to try to get that good old ESG money, baby. Because that's important for some reason, not your money. Now, the reason that I wanted to show you this, and this is their website, you can go find all of this, watch that video for yourself, and see their approach firsthand on their own website. The reason I'm talking about this is because of this game right here, The Witcher Enhanced Edition, which is a remake of the first game. We've known about this game since November 2023, I believe, or a little bit before. At least that's the date on this article. The original Witcher game is getting a remake. What kind of remake is it going to be? Is it going to remake everything, or is it going to change things for a modern audience? And I'm not talking about controls. Well, turns out, yes. The Witcher Remake devs not afraid to remove aspects which are bad, outdated, and need to be remade. This game is already DOA, in my opinion. So, once again, we get a change to what was in an original version, which I absolutely hate. This is from IGN, but the original interview comes from Games Radar, or at least the coverage of the Edge magazine interview, where Games Radar picked it up and covered what they said. The Fool's Theory CEO, that's the developer making the Witcher Remake, made it very clear not every part of 2007's The Witcher will appear in the highly anticipated remake, though they didn't give any specifics as to what will and won't make the cut. First and foremost, we need an honest, down-to-earth analysis of which parts are simply bad, outdated, and need to be remade, he said. Fool's Theory will be highlighting the parts that are great and that should be retained or are direct key pillars that can't be discarded. And boy, oh boy, is that a shame. IGN goes on to say the original Witcher game is somewhat outdated in places by 2024 standards, perhaps headlined by its mouse and keyboard only support with matching combat instead of controlling Geralt as players did in The Witcher 3, for example, with standard gamepad support. Combat involved clicking on enemies and timing attacks with almost rhythm-like mechanics. Now, updating the game with a controller, sure, that's great. I think that's fine. But that's not what they're really talking about here. You know, and I know exactly what they're talking about. And that's why multiple outlets are praising this. Game Rant, The Witcher Remake, will remove parts that are bad. Project lead for The Witcher Remake clarifies the team's stance on examining and changing aspects of the game that aged poorly. Here's TRG, Tech Radar. They're celebrating it. The simply bad elements won't be featured in the remake. Now, what are these outdated parts? Well, The Gamer, an outlet that absolutely refused to cover Hogwarts Legacy in a review, but made sure to write an article about how bad it was every day, has clarified that. Apparently, what's going to be removed, this is speculation, by the way, but I guarantee you this is likely going to be removed. You also have the rather blatant misogyny. We all know that The Witcher is a very raunchy series, and some of the best scenes in The Witcher 3 come as a result of that. But Geralt collecting weird trading cards depicting the women that he sleeps with like some kind of geeky little black book have always seemed seedy, and even more by today's standards. So we're going to get rid of all of the misogyny. I've never played Witcher 1, to be fair. Didn't play it. Played 2 and 3. But this is bad news. So, man, does this not get tiresome? Everything that's getting a remake has to be updated for a modern audience, which it doesn't. You could just, I don't know, bring the game that everyone knows and loves to 2024, 2025, whenever this is released, instead of changing it because you think people are too sensitive like yourself. Or maybe they just want this game to hit the standards for that ESG money. All I know is that this is bullshit. And people need to know that this is happening. And they can make their own judgments on if they want to buy this game or not. That's how I feel about it. But very disappointing. I was kind of looking forward to this game because I've never played the original Witcher, and I like to use a controller. But I'm not sure I'm going to pick this game up now. I'm now probably going to pass on it because of this kind of shit. So let me know what your thoughts are on all of this. I would like to hear from you guys. How do you feel about this? Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. And I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.